Hey everyone! So, with the recent 2.2 announcement, it is finally confirmed that Thoma, or Thoma, not sure how to pronounce it, is coming to Genshin. And so, let's go over some reasons why you should and should not summon for him. Let's go! So, firstly, Thoma is confirmed to be a new 4-star, which is amazing news for some of us free-to-play or spend a little bit of money players, as we may be able to get him to a high constellation level. But now, what does he do? Well, he's going to be a pyro polearm user who acts as a sort of sub-DPS support role and has gotten some comparisons with Shinshu because of his burst. But before that, let's go over his skill. So his skill, Blazing Blessing, will deal AoE pyro damage around himself as well as giving him a shield, which is amazing, as the shield, or rather the damage absorption of the shield, can in fact stack, which is amazing. As this means if you can keep refreshing the shield, then it could end up being one of the strongest shields in the game. Now the burst is where it gets really interesting. So the burst will have Thoma slice with his spear dealing pyro damage, and then donning a Scorching Yoroi, which is a sort of armor type thing that will give the active character fiery collapses, which are additional bursts of pyro damage each time the character attacks, as well as giving them a blazing barrier, which is the shield, which is the aforementioned shield. And so this is where the shield can stack and give huge damage absorption to the character, which is really good. As well as, because each attack will do additional pulses of pyro damage, this is where the sort of comparisons to Shinshu came from, and so Vaporize or even Melt builds will love this character. So he sounds pretty damn good, almost like a Pyro Shinshu but with a shield, which is crazy. So what teams does Thoma sound good in? Well, there's a few. So first, Child has sort of had an issue, at least to this point. No one could apply pyro fast enough to keep up with his attacks and his hydro application. However, with Thoma, hopefully this will change. Now it still remains to be seen how fast this burst is and whether it can keep up with Child, but if it can, it will be amazing. Another good comp for him would just be the OG national team, but with Thoma replacing a member, as his burst works so well with the other members like Shinshu or Chonyun to cause as many reactions as you can, while Thoma protects with his great shield. Secondly, I want to bring up his constellations. Seeing as he is a 4-star, getting constellations is a doable task even for us free-to-play players. Which ones are worth going for? Well, his C2 and C6 are looking very nice, with his C2 increasing his burst duration by 3 seconds, which is really good, and then his C6 states that every time you get a shield or stack the shield, the damage of the normal charged and plunging attacks will be increased by 15% for all party members. So I'll definitely be going for these. Hopefully the RNG gods bless me, as I haven't had much luck recently. But now we come to the main question of this video. Should you summon for Thoma? Yes, most definitely. So, as I've mentioned many times in the past, going for a support or a sub DPS is always really worth going for, as they will often be useful for a while to come, whereas DPS, main DPS rather, will fall off as more and more characters get released, as usually in gacha games when time goes on, the newer characters just end up being so overpowered compared to the early release characters. Take someone like Kichin, who isn't really talked about or used that much, as the newer and better TPS have been released. However, supports, say Venti or even John Lee, still remain very relevant, and so hopefully Thoma will be one of these supports. And also another reason for this is that at the moment there's no one quite like Thoma in terms of the sort of sub DPS pyro characters. The main one that comes to mind is Xinlane, but while her burst is amazing and can deal huge amounts of damage, it's not the best when it comes to just applying the pyro element, and that's where I think that Thoma could really fit into, as well as him possessing the shield makes him so useful that I think everyone should get him. Finally, the biggest reason is why not? He's a 4-star, so hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to get him, and he is also appearing in the Hu Tao banner, another really strong character, and is really worth going for, so it's a win-win in my book. But anyways, that is the video. Overall, Thoma is looking to be an extremely strong pyro based sub DPS who is looking to be a must summon. But that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.